again. Welcome to the pick and gut of this ASSA ABLOY Union 5-pin oval cylinder. It's in the vise upside down because I've taken these retaining clips off that are normally held in with a pin, a split pin that goes through the cam, which would be really awkward to take off, so I've taken it off already. So I'm going to use a 40 thousandths Z wrench. This is from Covert Instruments to apply the turning force to the cylinder. And I'm going to use a custom lockpicks pick, just because I can. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop into here and set these pins. I picked this once already yesterday on camera. I used a rake to set the pins and then picked it out of what looks like some sort of false set, although there was no counter rotation on there. So I would imagine that there was probably some sort of counter milling or, oh, there we go. So that's, as you can see, that's just dropped. For all intents and purposes, that looks like it's sitting on a spool now. So let's just see if we can find out which pin it is that's holding us up. Just working my way through these pins to the back of the lock. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, that offered very little resistance at all to picking what appeared to be a jump. There was no counter rotation, so pretty certain that's going to be some milling in the pin chambers. So let's just take this out the vise. If you excuse me, I'm just going to move the camera. There we go. So let's just take the cylinder out. There we go. So these two clips, not sure if you can see, but there's like a split pin right here on the lock cam, and it's basically that, or roll pin, and that roll pin goes between these retaining clips and keeps them in place. So let me just take those out. In fact, I could probably just tip them out, to be fair. There we go. And then we'll spit the back of the plug out. And there's the cam itself. And now that all of that's come out, I just need to grab a follower and we'll just push that cylinder out and see what we're dealing with. Okay, let's just align that. There we go. So the driver pins, that's upside down. There we go. Right, okay, here we go. Let's see what we got. Right. Nearly did that. There we go. Total disaster. Right. So what do we got? We've got standard pin, standard pin. It looks like all of the key pins are standard. In fact, there's not even an anti-drill pin in there. They all look like they're made of brass. There's nothing specific about those. There we go. Hooray. Yeah, so yeah, there's a slight lip on the top of each of these pin chambers in the core, in the plug. There we go. They're all standards, absolutely bog standard, nothing special about them whatsoever. Interesting. Let's just have a look in the actual cylinder lock body itself. There doesn't appear to be anything particularly special about those pin chambers either. Just straight drillings. Yep. So no wonder it was so easy to open. Basically, it is a very low security lock for a very low pick resistance. There we go, with the Union ASSA ABLOY logo on it.